Alright, listen up my comic readers, because Absolute Batman number 12 has just dropped, and it is nothing short of insane. This issue isn't just a comic, it's a full-blown descent into Gotham's darkest nightmare. Bruce Wayne's brothers from Crime Alley, Harvey, Ozzy, Eddie, all twisted into their absolute villain avatars. And who pulled the strings? Who warped them beyond recognition? None other than Absolute Bane. Oh, and did I mention Absolute Catwoman appears too? But before we dive headfirst into that chaos, we've got to rewind back to the moment when everything began to spiral. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Absolute Batman number 9 and number 10. Assault at Arkham. In Gotham, Batman's on a rampage. His best friend, Waylon Jones, gone without a trace. Bruce tears through Maroni and Falcone's men, leaving bodies in hospitals but finds no answers. Desperate, he reaches out to Barbara Gordon. She digs up the truth. Waylon was arrested for breaking curfew and shipped off to Arkham, a maximum security fortress for something that petty? It stinks, and Bruce knows it. With Alfred, Harvey, Eddie, and Oz, he pieces it together. Arkham isn't just a prison, it's a nightmare factory built by J.K. Holdings. So Bruce does the unthinkable. He dives beneath Gotham, slipping through forgotten blueprints, and finds Arkham's true face, a sprawling underground horror show. And waiting for him? Bane. The fight is brutal, short, humiliating. Bruce is crushed, drugged, and turned into a lab rat. Waylon becomes absolute crock. For 90 days, they carve him open, break him, scar him, inside and out. He sees things no man should. Helfiger's cracked egg, the clay biome made of human flesh, Isley's forest with trees that scream. Every escape attempt ends with Bane dragging him back into the dark. But Batman doesn't die. He adapts. He survives. When they throw the bat suit into his cell as a twisted test, he puts it back on. He claws his way through hell itself, the Langstrom hybrids begging him to kill them, until fate brings him face to face with another experiment. A reptile, a monster, his friend, Waylon Jones, now absolute killer croc as a result of Arkham experiments. Waylon tears into Bane and leaves him unconscious, devours the scientists, and when the dust settles, he doesn't kill Bruce. He lifts him, carries him out through the sewers. Together, they escape Arkham. But back inside, Dr. Arkham and Bane are already smiling, already plotting. Absolute Batman number 12. Batman and Waylon emerge in the sewers, both exhausted. Bruce gasps for breath, thanking Waylon for saving him. Waylon, barely clinging to himself, replies with a hiss, asking Bruce to now save him. He drags himself forward, green ooze dripping, and plead. Bruce swears he'll find a cure, but Waylon interrupts, demanding immediate release from the pain. He says the hunger burns and begs Bruce to end it. Bruce raises the blade from his bat ear, torn but cannot bring himself to strike. He drops it, admitting he can't. Waylon seizes the weapon, declaring he will do it himself. Bruce yells in protest, but Waylon strikes. Roaring in anguish, he lashes out violently at Batman. He accuses Bruce, saying he should have left him back in Arkham. Then, overcome, Waylon bolts into the sewer waters. Bruce shouts after him, pleading they can still fight this together. Alone, he watches Waylon disappear. Home is where the hurt is. Bruce wakes abruptly, disoriented, and Alfred steadies him, revealing he has been unconscious for 20 days. Alfred explains Arkham's experiments altered his body, weaving a venom-fed delivery system into his spine and brain. Bruce, shocked, insists he is fine, but Alfred warns everything has changed. Ignoring him, Bruce readies to move. Walking through Gotham, the venom surges, driving him into sudden, violent outbursts. Breathless, he steadies himself and heads home. Quietly entering, his mother recognizes him and embraces him in relief before slapping him in anguish. She confesses her fear and mentions Ozzy. Bruce, bewildered, responds softly, "Ozzy?" Ozzy becomes absolute penguin. Bruce reaches the hospital with Gordon's help. Gordon calls him family but says he'll only allow 5 minutes with Ozzy. Dr. Tompkins meets Bruce, warning she has never seen injuries like these. Inside, Oswald Cobblepot lies grotesquely swollen and bandaged, threaded with tubes and wires, every breath labored. As Bruce demands to know who did this, Tompkins begins explaining, and the scene plays in Bruce's head as if it were happening now. In the flashback, Bane stepped from the dark and greeted Ozzy and his friend. He seized Oswald, lifting him effortlessly. In a cold, appraising tone, he told Oswald that he had always wanted to be big, that the gym-pumped pink muscles and even the lifts in his shoes were his attempt to fake stature. Bane said that false bigness was an abomination. Then he began the punishment. The beating was deliberate and methodical. Bane smashed bone after bone with terrifying precision. Thighs, ribs, arms, hands, feet, sometimes in multiple places. Tompkins narrated that he avoided every vital organ on purpose, a surgical cruelty measured to keep Oswald alive to feel it. The blows landed like drums, thudding, relentless, until Oswald collapsed into a ruin of flesh. Tompkins tells Bruce that if Oswald lives, he will be nearly 2 feet shorter. His hands and feet will be mangled beyond normal use. It will mean a lifetime of constant pain. She promises they will do whatever they can. Then she asks if Harvey has come by. When Bruce, stunned, says no, she realizes he has not been told and quietly informs him Harvey is in the next room. Harvey becomes absolute Two-Face. In the next room, Harvey lay bandaged and broken, his face split by burns and his skull crushed. Bruce stands by him, hearing Dr. Tompkins explain the truth. 3rd to 4th degree burns scorch half his body, and his skull has been cracked down the center, leaving his head nearly in 2 pieces. Harvey rasps Bruce's name, and in his fevered state, memories resurface. When Harvey saw Bane beating Ozzy mercilessly, he charged and affronted him with a liquor bottle, telling Bane to back off. But Bane caught Harvey by his neck and lifted him like a meat puppet. Bane taunted Harvey, calling him the big brother of the group, the protector. Even then, Harvey was nothing in front of him. He smashed Harvey's head into the bottle with his giant hands. As Harvey lay in the pool of blood and booze, half of his face submerged, Bane said that he saw through Harvey's act. He said that Harvey was always meant to be a traitor. So he arranged the poker game for his outlaw friends so that he could pretend to be a lawman and outlaw simultaneously. He said that the time for pretending was over. He threw a match into the alcohol, burning half of Harvey's body while crushing his skull under his boots. Back in the hospital, Bruce whispers an apology, but Harvey, eyes burning with bitterness, says Bruce gambled with everything, their friends, the city, and lost. With a fractured grin, he tells Bruce he only hates him half the time. Eddie turns into Absolute Riddler. Staggering, Bruce visits Eddie at his base and asks him if he's all right. Eddie, sitting in the shadows, says that he is fine and never felt better. Bruce says that he was scared that Bane had hurt Eddie, but Eddie, chuckling, says that Bane was indeed very gentlemanly. He had challenged Eddie into a game of wits. He gave Eddie a gun and told him that if he could defeat him in the game, Eddie could kill him. Bane said to Eddie, "I bet you like riddles." Bane only took a minute to defeat Eddie in the game of riddle. Then he started shaking Eddie's head violently, slamming the front part of his brain into his skull. It was the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for intelligence. It was a wild frenzy of hurt for Eddie. Everything he knew as facts were instantly changed into questions. Ending his story, Eddie reveals himself. He had already opened up his skull and plugged himself into his android AL. He tells Bruce that Bane did a favor and challenged all of them to become more than themselves, to become what they were meant to be. As Bruce trembles in the venom shock coursing through his veins, Eddie turns at him and says, "Looks like he challenged you too. So the riddle is, Bruce, what are you going to do about it?" Enter Absolute Catwoman. Later at his hatch, Bruce orders a stand down, declaring everything is off to the Red Hood gang. Alfred watches, questioning his resolve. Bruce admits Bane broke his friends. However, Alfred pushes him harder. Bane broke them, but will Bruce let himself be broken too? Alfred reminds him he chose this path. There's no way back, only through. Suddenly, alarms blare. Someone has breached the hatch. Alfred steals himself with a minigun while Bruce prepares for war with his battle axe. But an unexpected figure strikes. A tail crawls down and knocks Alfred unconscious. From the shadows, the figure emerges, sleek and confident. Cat-like lenses gleam as her mask reflects Bruce's face back at him. Her lips curl into a knowing smirk as she says, "Well, hello to you too, Bruce. Absolute Catwoman has arrived." Final verdict. Well, that wraps up our absolute Batman villain's origin. What will happen next? How will Batman face them? To know, keep tuning in to Marvelous Long Reads as we bring you the follow-up events to these stories. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us. If you haven't already, have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.